Okay, so I made it back to my death point and collected my stuff and got back to my shelter before nightfall and, the certainty of death yet again. And I've been waiting it out for the morning, which is finally here. So I'm going to start making my way cautiously outside. I hear spiders hissing in the distance, but as long as they don't see me before the sun's actually up over the horizon, I should be okay. Or it could see me right now and be deciding what it wants to do. Maybe it's light enough out that it's not going to do anything. Of course, I have a giant sword, so if it does, it's not going to be very happy about that choice it made. Yeah, I think it might have gone neutral. Good. Okay, so what I want to do right now is take a little walk into a hole, apparently. I want to try walking around the foot of the mountains and see if I can find a way around back to my main shelter without having to actually climb over the mountain range again. There's a good chance it extends pretty far in either direction, but I want to see, and it's a good way to explore and be able to find the way back to the secondary shelter pretty easily. Even though I have the map, so that's not that big a deal. Let's see now. Somewhere around... Yeah, there's a lava pool over here, which I want to... I want to remember that for later. Where is it? No, farther over here. I want to remember this lava pool is here because obviously that's a source of obsidian a little bit later on when I'm ready for portaling and, have some diamonds to chip it out with. Okay, that opens up into a dunes biome, which is... well, I mean, it's not the worst thing to happen, but it's not great. Hopefully, since these biomes are set to a fairly reasonable size, I won't have to deal with this part of the trip for long. And there's still some trees along the foot of the mountains, so I'll at least have supplies available for a little while, if I need them. Plus, as long as I'm not standing in the dunes biome, it's not that ugly yellow sky. And that's nice. Huh. Floating wool. Apparently a sheep died here somehow. That's weird looking. Boy, this terrain's all kinds of weird. Oh, looks like we found the edge of the mountains. Yes, I have a big, powerful sword, and I'm using it as a shovel. I certainly know how to utilize my resources. Alright, so I definitely want to take a walk around the edge of the mountains here. See how far of a walk it is to get to the south side of them. It's probably going to be pretty far. It's not a small mountain range by any means. I'm going to assume that's just a world generation abnormality right there, because I don't have anything installed that would produce floating island structures like that on purpose. One thing I would like to find at some point along the way here is some cotton plants that Highlands produces, because starting with version 2.0.3 of Highlands, those can actually be harvested and crafted into string, so you kind of get a shortcut to bow making. This is not really what I was expecting it to be. This is more like just a little words. It's not a way through the mountains, it's just a little spot where they're receded a little bit. So apparently my trip's going to be longer than I thought. But yeah, if I can find a few cotton plants, I should be able to make myself a bow at least. Arrows will be another matter to acquire, but one thing at a time. And this is going to be a long walk. I'll admit I'm starting to question the wisdom of taking this journey. Oh well. Let's see, at least it looks like I won't have to deal with the dunes biome for too long. Although, I think I want to walk up this way because it looks like there's a pretty sharp drop-off over there from the other biome. It'll be easier to get on top of it over here. Maybe. And the rock mountains give way to more Alps over here. This place is just surrounded by various kinds of mountains. What time is it? Getting late in the day. Not groovy. Okay. Options. I think for the moment it would be better if I got back as close to my first shelter as possible. I can head out in the opposite direction tomorrow morning. Maybe find a more passable route back to the south from there. Wonder if I can make it all the way back to my shelter before the sun goes down far enough to be dangerous. My first impression on that is no. In which case, it becomes more a question of, I wonder how long it'll take until I die again. I need to get some more food, too. I think these 5 apples I have are all that's left. Of course, that's part of why I want to head back to the south side of the mountains. There's a lot of cows over there, and they can provide me with food and leather, both of which are very useful to me. Of course, at this point I wouldn't mind finding one of the generated cities either, since those are full of supplies. And if you find the right ones, they have beds in them too. Which would be great for skipping through a long, boring night of waiting and doing nothing. Well, it looks like I might just make it back to my shelter in time. I'm amazed. Let's see, there's one of my death points coming up. That's how you know you're close. And not a moment too soon, either. Yes, this may not be a landscape dominated by ocean like the first world I generated, but the mountains to every side are certainly providing their own sort of obstacle. Alright. Safety is just somewhere right around here. I believe it's where the light's coming out of the mountain. And there's a skeleton. So we'll just go around the corner where it can't reach me anymore. Well, that one that shot me didn't get me with an enchanted arrow, at least. I might be able to lure that close enough in that I can stab it in the face when it comes to shoot at me. I think it'll be safe enough to pop out here and grab what it dropped. Which is sadly not much. Okay, well, it's just about time to end this episode anyway, so I'm gonna take a time out and be back when the sun comes back up.